I never thought I'd be that wife. You know the one, scrolling through her husband's phone at 2 a.m., heart pounding, hand shaking, desperately hoping she's wrong. But there I was, sitting on the bathroom floor with tears streaming down my face, staring at a photo that would shatter everything I thought I knew about my marriage. Let me back up. My name is Emma, I'm 34, and I've been married to Jake for 11 years. We have 2 kids, Sophie, 9, and Mason, 6. Jake's a pharmaceutical sales rep, which means he travels a lot. Or at least that's what he told me. I'm a freelance graphic designer, working from home, juggling client calls and school pickups, trying to be everything to everyone. For the past year, something felt off. Jake was distant, always on his phone, working late more often. The usual signs, I guess, but I kept convincing myself I was paranoid. He'd tell me I was being dramatic when I asked questions. You're stressed, you're imagining things. I love you. And like an idiot, I believed him. Then came spring break. Jake announced he had to go to a conference in Orlando. Terrible timing, I know, but I can't miss it, he said, barely looking up from his laptop. The kids were devastated. They'd been begging to go to Disney for years. I felt horrible, but what could I do? Work comes first, right? Wrong. The weekend they left, I was cleaning out Jake's office. He'd asked me to find some old tax documents when I found a shoebox under his desk. Inside were receipts. Hundreds of them. Dinners at expensive restaurants, hotel stays in cities he'd never mentioned visiting, and jewelry purchases I'd never received. My stomach dropped. I grabbed his iPad, the one he thought was locked but I'd seen him unlock 1,000 times, and opened his photo stream. That's when I saw it. Jake. At Disneyland. With our kids. And a woman. Not just any woman, a beautiful young woman with long dark hair, wearing Minnie Mouse ears, holding Mason's hand while Sophie hugged her waist. In every photo, she was there, on Space Mountain, eating churros, taking selfies with my children. And Jake, my husband, had his arm around her in half of them, looking happier than I'd seen him in years. I couldn't breathe, my vision blurred. This wasn't just an affair. He'd taken his mistress on a family vacation with our kids. He lied to my face, told me it was a work conference, and spent the weekend playing happy family with another woman and our children. I sat there for 3 hours, scrolling through every photo, reading every text I could find. Her name was Brianna. She was 26. They'd been seeing each other for over a year. And the kids, my babies, knew her. They called her Brie. The rage that consumed me wasn't hot. It was ice cold. Calculating. He thought I was stupid. He thought I'd never find out. He underestimated me. Jake came home Sunday night all smiles, kissing my cheek like nothing happened. "How was your week, babe?" he asked, ruffling Mason's hair. "We missed you." I smiled back. "It was fine. How was the conference?" "Exhausting. Glad to be home." Liar. I didn't confront him. Not yet. Instead, I spent the next week quietly gathering evidence. I copied every photo, every text, every receipt. I consulted a lawyer, a shark of a divorce attorney my friend recommended. I opened a separate bank account and transferred half of our savings. I changed passwords. I documented everything. Then came the real move. Jake's company had a strict morality clause. Pharmaceutical reps are held to high standards: integrity, trustworthiness, family values. His boss, Richard, was old school, a devoted husband who'd been married 30 years. He hated cheaters. I knew this because Jake had once told me about a colleague who got fired for having an affair with a client's wife. So I sent Richard an email, professional, polite, with attachments. "Dear Richard, I hope this email finds you well. I'm reaching out because I believe you should be aware of conduct involving one of your employees that may conflict with company values. Please see attached documentation. Sincerely, Emma Hartley." I included everything. Photos of Jake and Brianna, receipts showing he'd used the company card for personal expenses, dinners with her, hotel rooms, even the Disneyland tickets. Screenshots of texts where he lied about client meetings. Then I posted on Facebook. Not a rant, nothing trashy, just one photo. The one of Jake, Brianna, and our kids at Disney, with a caption, "Interesting how work conferences look these days. Thanks for the memories, Jake. The kids had fun with your girlfriend." I tagged him, I tagged his family, I tagged our mutual friends, and I tagged his company. Then I blocked him and waited. My phone exploded within minutes. Texts from friends, calls from his mother, messages from people I hadn't talked to in years. But I didn't respond. I took the kids to my sister's house and turned off my phone. Jake came home to an empty house. His key didn't work. I'd changed the locks. His car was gone. I'd had it towed to a lot an hour away since it was in my name. And taped to the door were an envelope containing divorce papers and a restraining order. His mother called me sobbing. "How could you humiliate him like this?" I laughed, actually laughed. How could I humiliate him? He took his mistress to Disneyland with my kids. He lied for a year. He stole from his company. But I'm the problem? She hung up. Jake tried everything. He showed up at my sister's house, banging on the door, begging to talk. I called the police. He sent flowers. I donated them to a nursing home. He posted an apology on Facebook. "I made mistakes, but this is between me and my wife," and was roasted in the comments by everyone who saw my original post. But the best part? The absolute chef's kiss? Richard fired him immediately, not only for the affair, but for the misuse of company funds. Jake had charged over $8,000 in personal expenses to the company card, thinking no one would notice. Richard noticed, and he didn't just fire Jake, he pressed charges for fraud. Suddenly, Jake wasn't just a cheater, he was unemployed, facing criminal charges, and completely broke. The house was in my name. My parents had helped with the down payment, so I'd insisted on that when we bought it. The car he'd been driving? Mine. His reputation? Destroyed. Within 3 weeks, Jake had moved in with Brianna, which lasted exactly 2 months before she kicked him out. Turns out playing house with a broke, disgraced, unemployed cheater isn't as fun as sneaking around with someone else's husband. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. I got full custody. He got supervised visitation once a month. He owes me child support he can barely pay because he's working at a call center now. Sophie asks about him sometimes, Mason less so. I tell them the truth, that their dad made very bad choices that hurt our family. I don't trash him to them, but I don't lie either. As for me, I'm doing better than I ever thought possible. My design business is thriving. I bought a new car. I redecorated the house, got rid of everything that reminded me of him. And last month, I took the kids to Disneyland. Just the 3 of us. We made new memories. Better ones. I ran into one of Jake's old colleagues at a coffee shop last week. He looked uncomfortable, started to apologize. I stopped him. Don't. He made his choices. I made mine. I'm good. And I meant it. People ask if I regret how I handled it, if going public was too much. Honestly, no. He humiliated me first. He brought another woman around my children and lied to my face for a year. He deserved every consequence. So yeah, he took his mistress to Disneyland with our kids, and I took everything else. Fair trade, if you ask me.